Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I set up the live earlier for 6 p.m. and then I ended up having a nap. So that's why I'm on here a little later. Turns out I had a bit of astral work to do before I came live. So here I am. So, someone thinks that they're clever, stalling your abundance. You will be gifted for your loyalty to the divine. This quote came over me earlier, and that's why I put it in the title. Because there's people actually out here thinking that they could siphon off of you. And they do it through energy. So we're going to out them tonight. We're going to find out who it might be. So that way you can be aware as to who these people are. Going to start off with the animal spirit deck to give the overall energy as to what the situation is. I'm also going to look into the character analysis deck that I have, different attributes of who they might look like, what to watch out for. Okay, so the shaman card came out. And I think mainly because you maybe resonate with the shaman card, you very well could have done a lot of shadow work, a lot of internal work. It says here, you are the creator and magician, so use your gifts for good. There's power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. I think this is mainly as to what they're after, ultimately. Yeah, they don't want to change. They're happy being the energetic vampire that they are. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. So, you've been trying to let go of the past and they're hanging on for dear life. And this is not a personal choice that they're hanging on. It's do or die. situation for these people. Okay? Close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. For me, it's the wolf, if you didn't guess. Welcome in, Michael. Welcome in, Emma. Welcome in, Renee. Mystic. Yeah, they don't like that you're making these personal choices. They don't like the fact that you're changing and you're morphing into this new version of yourself. And they sure as hell don't like the fact that you're a mystic and basically they've been called out. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. So that is the second reference to the shaman. So somebody don't like the fact that you're spiritual. Somebody don't like the fact that you're switching up and you're believing in your magic. Magic is on the bottom of the deck. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through the deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. I think because you're doing that, because you're stepping into your power, whoever this is that's siphoning off of you, they're being blocked out now. And they don't like it. They don't like it one bit. Yeah, they're trying to steal your fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. So there's a fire within you that cannot be stopped. And this is what is got them all perturbed. You may have already cut these people out. You probably sensed that there was something not right. This used to be a good friend of yours. Somebody that you thought you could trust. Right? Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I'm a protector and a friend. And I think the fact that they are no longer in your friend group, I think this is pissing them off. Right? Because you're not a pushover. You've powered up. You've leveled up. And the fact that they can't puppeteer you anymore and play in your energy, they don't like this. Yeah, you've become independent. You're a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. So it's almost as if they think that you've been handed everything that you have, that you haven't had to work for it. So they think that it's okay to come in and play in your energy. Meanwhile, the work that you've done for yourself to empower yourself over adversity is, there's no word for it, collective. Right? And they don't think that you deserve the nobility of doing all that work. They don't care. And this is why they're so selfish, and this is why you cut them out. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. And I think that's what they're so perturbed about. They don't want you celebrating your accomplishments. Right? They don't want you stepping into this new era where you are crowned for success. You have very, very powerful forces that guide you. And they don't like this because they're protecting you now. I think they've always protected you. But the thing is that you had to call them in. And now that you've called them in and blocked these parasites out of your life, I think things are changing for you. You made the choice to change. and to step into your magic and allow your fire to grow within you and become independent. So they've probably been doing some dark magic regarding you, collective, to try to thwart you, to try to spin the block. Doesn't seem to be working. They seem to be blocked out. Just know the divine is walking with you through this. Okay? Yeah. This pause that you're feeling right now is the shift. Okay? This bit of respite. Your past is now behind you. All you desire is right in front of you. Pause to reconnect with your power and follow the pull of your destiny. You are not broken. Nothing is wrong with you. Don't spend your life fixing problems. Dwell in the beauty of your being. You are enough now and always. You may have been feeling a little bit incomplete growing up, and I don't think that you've felt this complete in all of your life since you've called back your power. And this is something that you really need to recognize. You need to celebrate this. The fact that you're a mystic and you're making the personal choice to call your power back, I think this is blocking out this energetic pull that they're trying to get at you now. Right? Because they're locked out. And they're trying to get you to question your mastery of what you've just, what you've come to master, which is your energy. A true master knows that you create through your actions. Do not hesitate when you feel the energy pulling you. Follow it fearlessly and move worlds. And I think you've jumped some major timelines, collective. So you really need to recognize this and step into it, okay? If you're feeling a little bit lonesome right now, know that this is your protection, okay? You are not alone. You're far from alone. You have your guides. You got your guards and protectors there along there with you for the ride. Okay? You have some major decisions to make. However, when you give of yourself freely, you expand your energy. If you only give to get, it will feel like a burden or a drain. So be genuine and give from your heart. Just use your discernment as to who you give to. I think that's the biggest lesson here. Yeah. Do not give up on your independence. Okay? People have programmed you to be dependent. And I think that's the hardest part. Because it's trying, the world ain't all that easy out there right now. It's very difficult to be independent. And actually be able to sustain yourself. Things have gotten a little too expensive. If you know, you know. But don't give up. It's okay that things don't always feel easy and effortless. Some of the best moments in life happen during and after hard times. Keep believing. The best part of letting go is making room for a new life. Okay, so if you're having a hard time letting go of the past, just think of you doing a spring cleaning and you're throwing out shit you've been holding on to for years and you let it all go. It's probably a good thing. Because you're making room for new abilities, for anything new, for that matter, right? Can I get 2 more, Spirit? A new chapter and one of a kind. From the moment you emerged into this world, you've had extraordinary talents. You understand starlight, animal voices, and all the things magical. And the new chapter. When things seem to be falling apart, be aware that things may be coming together in new ways that suit the next phase of your life even better. I think that is substantial. And one of those situations that you go through when you finally cut these energies out is you will get an over profound feeling of loneliness. Like you're in the world and it's like you can't trust anyone, you can't rely on anyone. And I actually just went through this recently. And it was profoundly emotional to think I didn't have anybody in my corner. However, it's a projection. It's that last ditch effort to get you to come back and say sorry for their disrespect. Right? And these people that you've cut out, they don't want to take accountability for what they've done. So of course they're going to be silent. Right? Because they're waiting for you to come back. They're waiting for you to make that choice so they don't have to. Right? So understand that what's going on right now is for your better bet. And just know that you are one of a kind. And they threw that away when they disrespected you. They threw that away when they chose to play in your energy, right? By them showing you their true colors and by you cutting them out, it they didn't. I don't think that they thought that that was going to happen. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take these out. I'm going to do a clarification with the clarifying life situations deck. All right, Spirit, what's going on? Thank you, Spirit. Just enough cards. Beautiful. Beautiful. The thing is, Collective, you probably dealt with a lot of broken promises in the past. The biggest promise that will not be broken is the one that you make to yourself. Okay? Real promise, release the chains of the past and dance to the rhythm of possibility. Okay? When you can dance to the rhythm of possibility, you really find out how powerful you are, as well as how powerful your guides, guards, and protectors are. Okay? You are being resurrected. Shake off the past and rise again. Reinvent yourself and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. And I think that's what's happened. By you taking time out for yourself, by you taking some time to empower yourself and to call back your power, to call back your fire. I think this has really made a huge game changer for you. Harbor of Peace. Find serene refuge in the peaceful embrace of a gentle harbor, allowing tranquility to still your waters. Commitment. Commit to this next stage in your life and your development, and there will be a promise fulfilled in some sort of form. Getting advice. Seeking guidance with an open heart, ready to learn and grow from the wisdom offered by others. Okay? So you definitely do have a new chapter coming in. It's a very noble new chapter of independence. You are one of a kind. You have a fire within you, so do not give up. You are a natural born mystic, and you will feel the energetic pull. But this requires you to open up to your inner intuition and make that personal choice to feel complete as you are. Okay? Because you did make that change. You did take that time to make that shift. You did do the work. So believe in that. Those accomplishments are paramount to your next season. So step into the magic. Step into your new season. Step into your new life, leaving the past behind you. We're going to get some angel numbers as well. We got 1414, possibilities. We got 888, abundance. We got 666, reflection. And 555, change. Now, yesterday, I had mentioned in the beginning of my live that there were some angel numbers on the clock that kept coming at me. 1122, 1133, 1144, 644, 144, 444, and 44. Just the 44 kept coming out. So there's definitely something happening to your stability. Things are definitely changing. Okay? There's definitely a new beginning coming in. You definitely have some major changes as far as your relationships. You are guided by the Ascended Masters. You're also protected by the Ascended Masters. Okay? Not only that, is you will be reciprocated, and you will be gifted again for your loyalty to the divine and all the work you've done. I'm really picking up on the fact that these people are hanging out like some sort of a parasite, waiting for this abundance to come in. Thinking that they have entitlement with their dingy, dirty, grimy, sadistic hands. Thinking that they're going to get in on your abundance. Which I think they got news coming to them that they're not invited to your table. Meanwhile, they're thinking that they are. Like, these people think that they're clever. And I think some of them are having a hard time with the fact that they've been cut out. And they don't even realize it right now. That's how stupefied they are. They don't even recognize that they're not invited. And it's mainly because of how they treated you and how they show up. And it's no fault of it's no fault of yours the way they show up. If they want to continuously siphon from you and thinking that they can smile in your face and, throw rocks behind your back. Like, these people are the ones that you cut out, right? And they don't understand that, here's they thinking that you're going to come back. They thinking that you're going to be coming back into their energy, and they've been doing callback spells, trying to get you to come back into your energy. So possibilities. Building strong foundations creates stability and welcomes in possibilities. All possibilities exist and are amplified when gratitude is felt for the foundations that are in place. Just rolling a quick cigarette here. Hang on a second. Blessings are here and more are on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity that is all around you. As you stand in your highest version of yourself, you attract all that you once were seeking. Giving is always the doorway to success. When you allow time for reflection, you allow yourself to see where inner shifts are needed. It is a time for you to look at your beliefs and ask, is this serving me? Or is it time for me to release this? Reflect, refocus, and readjust. Change happens outside of your comfort zone. The time for change is now. The angels are whispering for you to trust your path and to learn how to walk it. Take the next step. Allow change to lift you up and guide you forward. I think honestly earlier somebody was trying to send me some sort of a sleeping spell. So that way, like it was happening last night too as well. And I felt overtired as soon as I started my live. So I think the divine's like, no, you know what? They want to try that again. Go for a nap. Be ready for it. Be rested. Be rejuvenated. Be in a good mind space. So that's what I did. I took a nap. I'm like, fine. They want to throw me sleeping spells? That's fine. That's all right. I'll take a nap. Good job, Michael. I'm proud of you. So your affirmation. I am grateful for all that is and all that will be. I trust in the possibilities of what I deserve or something greater. The more good I do in the world, the more abundant my life grows. I radiate an energy of loving kindness. As I refocus on what serves my highest good, I feel myself shift into my higher self. I release all that no longer serves me, and I am guided to move outside of my comfort zone to let change in. So ultimately, collective, this first spread is about what you're aiming at and what you've taken on as your own situation to make things happen for yourself. Okay, people want you to give up on yourself. People want you to feel like you're just an ordinary version of somebody that you know they used to know. All right? They don't want you starting this new chapter because they're not invited. They don't want you to feel complete. And they want you to stall out. They want you to not step into this new version of yourself at all costs. And I do believe some of you are dealing with groups of people, not just one person. Okay? The energy's been absolutely relentless. Okay? And the fact that they're trying so hard to diminish you and to make you less than what you actually deserve is so that way they can continue to manipulate you. That way they can continue to do what they're doing. And the fact that you've made the change and you've made the personal choice to step up and out of that, it should be celebrated. Welcome in, Ben. Welcome in, Kitty. Somebody's got a birthday today, I think. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And many more. All right. Sacred soul timing. Tell us what we need to know. What's the scoop on this? So something was supposed to come in for you in August, but it didn't happen. Okay, so something tells me something about March of next year. Okay, you're going to come out of hibernation and embrace new energy. So this is going to be your winter of hibernation, I think. Okay. You were supposed to reap some sort of reward in August, but it didn't happen. Okay. And I think somebody tried to thwart this from you in August. Somebody tried to keep this from you in August. But you're going to find out about this in March. Because there's certain time allotted. The divine is working in your favor. I think somebody got caught up as well. Yeah, many factors. Timing is fragile, complex, and multifaceted. Delicate precision and clarity. So there's definitely some things coming into down the pipe that you really need to integrate within yourself in order for this to come in. Okay? And I think you needed this time to disengage, heal, and release. A lot of people think, oh, just let it go. Get on with it. Let it go. It's not about letting go. It's not just the letting go. It's very difficult to let go of something if you don't know why. Okay? And sometimes it stares you right in the face, and other times it doesn't. right? And the thing is that when you're looking at your situation and you're being swindled, it's very difficult to see the truth, right? When somebody's trying to manipulate you. But just know things are wrapping up in the ethers. There's been a lot of changes happening. Yeah. There was some sort of spotlight that you were supposed to step into in August. However, you were having quite possibly a hard time with confidence, your ambition about becoming this leader. You could have had some people thwarting you against this. This has been a long time coming, collective. Think long term as you are building something to last, gradual unfolding of your future. Something about Sagittarius time, so November 22nd through to December 21st is going to be significant. You could be traveling. There could be some sort of essence of freedom. You could be learning something new. And this is manifesting for you. We got the manifesting card as your cap card. Sit still and move the universe around you. Visualize, attract, and change your mindset. Okay? It's about frequency. And this is that one main point of that one revolutionary live that I did about previous abuse and trauma. People were trying to keep you in this lower vibration, to be malleable, to be puppeteered, to be manipulated, to be in this energy where you were always, people pleasing, and you were always pouring into everybody else but yourself and keeping yourself depleted and, living in a lesser than kind of energy. Okay, that's changed. That's no longer the case anymore, collective. And you should be very, very proud of yourself for alchemizing this. Okay? Your manifestations are coming in. Don't you worry. You're just having to have patience and to know that it's on its way. It's on its way. And Spirit's saying something about New Earth as well. It's happening. It's all happening. And Spirit wants you to get excited about it because you are part of that change. You are part of that initiation of this new earth. It's one of your missions. So the accomplishments of the work that you are doing now will show up later, at a later date. You just have to believe, you have to trust, and you have to know that what you've done is not in vain. It is not going unnoticed. You're not only empowering yourself, you're leading by example and empowering other people to make that change as well. Welcome in, Julie. All it takes is that first step, collective. All it takes is that first step. And no matter the size of the actions that you take to make it happen, you're okay to take baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are your dreams. And I'm really picking up on the fact that it's like go big or go home. And this is why it's taking so long for your manifestations to materialize, because you're dreaming big. You have huge dreams. And you're making it count. You're making it count. You're making it what it needs to be. It's all happening. It's all happening, collective. And it's all because of you. So you should be ever proud of the accomplishments that you've made and take time out to celebrate that. Even if you're by yourself, your astral team, your spiritual team, they're celebrating for you. Okay? So don't be thinking that they're not having no party for you, because they are. Okay? So now that we got through the good stuff, now we're getting into the tea. We're going to get into what the whole situation is behind the scenes, as to what the bullshit was to come at you, to come against you, to thwart you. We're going to find out. Because I don't know about you, but I'm kind of interested in to know the extent that they went to. All right, so Spirit, tell me what these people look like. The people that are thwarting my collective and myself. Okay, they're very much clarifying themselves as a witch. They're not the same height as you, so they could be taller. Apparently they don't have any curly hair. They don't have curly hair, they have straight hair. Whoa. They have dark skin. They could be older than you, but they very well could be younger than you. They don't have a sharp face, so they have a round face. They could be older than you, but they act really immature. They haven't grown up. That's what I'm kind of picking up on, the older than you in reverse. They could be hiding the fact that they have long hair. This is someone with no braids. They don't have fun and colored hair. So they're hiding the fact of their exaggerated features. Okay, so they don't have dark skin, but they don't have light skin. It's kind of in between. They're not short, but they're not tall. They could have piercings. And I'm thinking other than their ears is significant. So in this one, they have a piercing in their nose. They have piercings in their lips. They have piercings apparently in their neck. Whichever that is. If that's significant to you. They're definitely not Australian, but they could have an accent. They wear makeup. Okay, so they're very old. They're rather old. Very young is in reverse, so they very well could be average height or taller. Or less than average height. They're not Asian. They don't have any type of definitive markings. They play like they have a healthy lifestyle, but they really don't. This is definitely a woman. Yeah, they don't have no beard, that's for sure. They very well could be bald. They don't have an oval face, but they don't have a sharp one at that. They wear red lipstick. Yeah. They try to act healthy, but they really don't. They're very unhealthy habits. They may wear vibrant apparel. I'm really picking up on they very well could be wearing wigs or hair pieces specifically. And I'm not picking up that you actually know this person. I'm picking up that they know of you and they, I don't know, they've been after your essence for quite some time. They could have a skin condition. Yeah, they turning out to have a square face. And they give off that they're a mature individual. Okay? So I hope those descriptions helped. I honestly don't think that you have actually met this person, and like, I don't think you've shook hands with them. I don't think you've spent time with them. I'm really picking that up. Like, they're very judgmental individuals. And I think they've judged you by your character. And they thought that they could play in your energy, so they've been trying to look into you, siphon from you, whatever else. Yeah, this person is no longer protected. They lost their protection. This is someone you do not have memories with. This is someone definitely not that you would date. This is someone that they may have reached out to you, thought that they could get into your energy, but it's fine. Yeah, no. You may have spoken to them online. They thought they felt entitled to your energy. So you might know of these people online, but that's as far as it goes, is what I'm picking up on. You haven't actually met this person in real life. Like, you haven't shared a meal with them. You haven't been in a position where you've hung out with them. You might have FaceTimed or whatever online or whatever, but that's as far as it's gone. They're definitely in their emotions. They're trying to hide their emotions, the fact that they're crashing out. They're very unpredictable. Welcome in, James. Yeah, they can't tether to you. They've been trying to send you messages telepathically. They've been trying to tap into their intuition, but they've been blocked out. They've been trying to get into your dreams, but they've been blocked out. Yeah. The whole thing is you're not giving into, like, to be with them would be forbidden. And I think they know that. And they very well tried maybe to come forward and try to get into some sort of a love affair of some sort with you. They could have been flirting with you, trying to tempt you. But it was only to basically cause you legal matters or whatever. And they could have lied in court. They could have been trying to put something together to cause you an injustice. And they're mainly in their ego. They're very arrogant. They have way too much pride. They're very stubborn. They feel entitled. Yeah, they don't want you to have any faith. This is somebody that does not pray. They're very, very low-vibing individual. Parading around as if they're high-vibing, but they're not. They're very superficial. Very glitz and glamoury. Like, they're very, very materialistic. Whoever this is. This is someone that you haven't taken any type of risks with. They've tried some sort of rumors, pettiness, being envious, talking behind your back, but it come back and bit them. Yeah. They have an uncontrollable desire, appetite, appetite for sex, hunger for pleasure. And they're currently in denial about their obsession with you. These people are absolutely obsessed with you. And they're sitting there in the shadows, holding on, clinging. They can't let go of you. They're obsessed with you. And it's mainly, they want to play with your heartstrings. They want to try to trap you up. They want to try to lock you down, put you in a mental prison. If they could get close enough, they'd probably entrap you. But you got nothing for them. You got no feelings for these people. There's no emotions. There's no love. There's no compassion. This person isn't genuine. And I think you sense that, and this is why you cut them out. They're trying to hang on to onto your energy. This is definitely a karmic. Yeah, they don't want you moving. They don't want you. They're making it almost impossible for you to run away. They don't like the fact that you cut them off. They're trying to get you to see them, but you're not giving into the conflict. They come off as if they're not toxic, but they're extremely toxic. So this is probably why your spiritual team's got them blocked out. You're living in the moment right now. You're not remunerating about the past. And I'm also picking up that they want you to apologize for their disrespect. This is how entitled they are with their ego. It's like they think that they're thinking that they're the best thing since sliced bread when they're not even close. They can't even compete where they don't compare. Yeah, you're going to get some sort of proof of this. There's going to be some sort of validation and confirmation. You're going to find out the truth soon regarding this situation. They're finding out the hard way why they shouldn't have been clashing with you. You could be getting a call, hearing from a conversation, talking. But there's going to be some sort of proof coming in to present itself. Yeah. They've been obsessed with you. You've been literally living rent-free in their head. But I think they're finally putting this to rest, your spirit team. There is not going to be any history with you guys. There's a lot of this shit that happened in the past, trying to thwart your glow up, trying to thwart you from moving into this new time, new era of your life. They've done everything to create rumors and a whole bunch of shit in behind the scenes without you actually realizing it, trying to tap into your energy to find out what you're all about. Meanwhile, your spiritual team is having an absolute heyday with what they're actually sending them, because it's like your spiritual team's giving them a whole bunch of information, but it's nothing to do with you. So they're making themselves look like an absolute fool out here. Okay? Thinking that they know what you're all about, thinking that they know your backstory, thinking that they know you, all this stuff, when they don't know a damn thing. Okay? And I think they're finding that out the hard way. Look into this oracle here and we'll see. What's the scoop, Spirit? Yeah, so they've been trying to thwart out your manifestations so that they don't come in. This is probably why it's been taking so long, but you need to trust in your spiritual team that they got it handled. Open your mind to the possibilities. And stay a mystery. Yeah, there's going to be some sort of communication coming in regarding this situation. Okay, so they feel that it's either somebody's going to come in and ask you for protection, some sort of protection. Oh, can you protect me? Because they're not protected. And they're having really bad luck at this time. They're very dependent. And they literally have no patience. It's either that or you don't have patience for this person. Yeah, you are ultimately free from them because you're creating boundaries. And it's giving them no other choice but to reflect on their actions. And they're trying to change you out of this calm energy by throwing chaos at you. But you have an inner strength that is infallible. Like, people don't recognize your inner strength until it's too late. And you're going through a major transition as it is. And there's good news coming in. Probably about this transformation. Quite possibly about this manifestation as well. Yeah, your inner strength is insurmountable. Like, people can't match that. Your endurance is through the roof. You've endured a lot of bullshit. And it's because of your self-love. You keep pouring into yourself and exploring new possibilities. That's keeping things all shook up. These cycles are eventually going to clear out. Alright? They are going to finish and clear out once and for all. And they didn't want you growing. They didn't want anything growing for you, but that's changing. This whole cycle about not growing and not moving forward is coming to an end. You've got a new adventure being loaded at this time. And you have a strength that is unmatched. So nothing is going to thwart you from this. Pay attention to your visions. And observe and continue to balance out these energies. You got the wild card on the bottom of the deck. So shit's about to get a lot different. And the thing is that this person is feeling shame, whoever they are. They don't want you to love yourself. And this is why they're throwing you chaos magic. So if you're feeling rather down on yourself and not wanting to really do much, it's because they're throwing you chaos magic. They want your life to be absolutely so chaotic that you can't focus on what you need to focus on, which is your manifestations. Okay, and this is how they're trying to get at you. Okay, they're trying to distract you with shit that doesn't matter. Yeah, because you're moving through this transition. And I think that's the only thing that they know of that you've got going on for yourself, is the fact that you're transitioning into a different time. And you have new love coming in. Yeah. This person is playing off on so-called innocence, and they're not innocent. Okay, they don't want you taking, they don't want to take any decisive action for themselves. And this is why they're stalling you out. Because they know once you get to a particular energetic frequency, they won't be able to touch you anymore. This is why they're trying to distract you. Welcome in, Julian. Yeah, this is unforgivable, what they're doing. They're actually playing with destiny, what's being made for you. They're trying to complicate and create chaos where they shouldn't. And if they're thinking that they're going to get away with this, they're no longer protected. They've lost their protection, and they're in the process of losing any gifts that they had because they're coming for you. Your spiritual team don't play. Specifically with people that have egos. People that are thinking that they're better than you, thinking that you're in your own lane, collective. And this is what they don't get through their thick skull that's holding their pea-sized brain. Okay? They need to stay in their own lane. Because you're not in any competition with anybody. If anybody you're in competition with is yourself to be better than the day before. You give no fucks about what they do in their life or whatever the hell's going on with them. You don't care. You really don't care. You got no spoons for this person. Whoever they are. You just need to continue persevering. This is not somebody that you need to forgive. They very well might be looking for some sort of forgiveness from you. Because they're going to find out the hard way. And I'm really picking up that they're going to try to contact you and try to repent. And that's how you're going to eventually find out what the whole situation is behind all this. Because they tried to stop your transformation. This person is an absolute snake. Yeah, they're definitely not spiritual. And if they're spiritual, they're very dark. And this is part of their problem. They're not of the light. Your confidence intimidates them. And they're recognizing that they're kind of stupid for even coming for you. You're turning into a butterfly, so if things are slightly painful for you right now, you're in that transition period. You're in the between period. You're in the gooey, painful transition of transformation from the caterpillar to the butterfly. It's one of the most painful spots to be. So if things are starting to lighten up now, just know that you've been through the worst of it. Okay? And I'm really picking up on this person that's after you. Okay? They've been told a whole bunch of lies and deception about you from another person. And in order to keep their hands clean, they got this person that I've described tonight to come after you in some sort of way. And they're finding out that it's all been lies, it's all deception of what they've been told. And it turns out that this person that sent them to thwart you, to take you out, to take you down, they were egging them on because they wanted to keep their hands clean. They didn't want no smoke with you because they know how powerful you are. But they didn't tell them this. They told them that you're an amateur, that you don't know what you're talking about, that you're just out here manipulating people. Meanwhile, you're not out here manipulating anyone. Right? They're trying to destroy you with lies. Meanwhile, you're destroying them with truth. And they can't handle that. So, that's the situation with that. So let's get into the tarot. You could have met this person in passing, quite possibly at a gathering. They didn't talk to you much. But they were lurking. This is definitely a fuck around and find out kind of situation. Yep. So they've been throwing chaos magic at your family, or at your ability to have a family. They've been trying to create an instability with you, with this King of Pentacles, and betray you. But they're finding out that it's not working. They tried to make you out to be a tyrant, but it turns out you're a starseed. This person has a whole-on hate for you, because all the shit that they threw at you only awakened you. It didn't shut you down at all. It only decided to make you stronger, because you got a spiritual team that don't play. Like, you're not going to touch my child. It's not happening. Not happening no matter what you try. People totally underestimated you. Whoever this is, they're not moving forward. They've been stopped in their tracks. They've been awakened of their travesties. Yeah, because you're standing on truth. You're nurturing your truth, and you're calling judgment on this. Yep. They tried to create injustice with a possible relationship as well. They very well could have been lurking, and they could have seen that you were happy, and they created an injustice within a relationship. They were very, very bitter. And this is simply organic energy that they tried to do. I'm really picking up on a lot of root magic. But Spirit wants me to let you know that you've been freed from this. And Spirit's saying that it backfired big time. So it's already been taken care of. And this is why you may have felt a bit of a release from a lot of this chaos. Because their chaos magic isn't working anymore. And it quite frankly sent these people into a dark night of the soul. Unapologetically. They may have come at you with a coven. They could have made some major... I tried to keep it in the dark that they were of the devil, of darkness. I do believe they very well could have made an offering to the darkness to make you a sacrifice, and this backfired too. The thing that boggles my mind is the fact that this person didn't know you from a hole in the ground. And the fact that they trusted these people with the lies and the deception, thinking that they were getting one over on you by sending some... And I'm really picking up on like a voodoo priestess coming at you. And she didn't know you from a hole in the ground. She just knew you from what other people's judgments were of you. And all these judgments were all lies to start with. Yep. And now it seems though that the truth has come out. They very well could be starting to collaborate with you to repent to their spirit that they call on. Now they're collaborating for you to get your wish fulfillment. They stand corrected is what I'm being told. So things are about to change up for you. Finally, they've had a huge wake-up call. Yeah. Okay. Apparently, Spirit's saying you've literally changed their whole life. You've changed their whole perspective, their whole perception. But it didn't come without having them be totally unbalanced. But they've reconnected with the divine. They've repented. You're literally changing lives out here, collective. You should be proud. Yeah, you're building a new foundation. And you're building this new foundation with the divine. With your commitment to the divine. You're flipping tables and stomping fables, that's for sure. And Spirit's saying that's an understatement. Yeah. You are a true magician, collective, and you need to be proud of yourself for all that you've overcome. Okay? I'm really picking up on a feminine Leo. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. They're very, very karmic energies. They stand corrected. They had to learn some major lessons the hard way. Let's look into this a little further. What's the Magician? Three of Pentacles. Yeah. So they collaborated together. Didn't realize who they were messing with. Okay. They collaborated with a bunch of people. I'm thinking that they tried to collaborate with the coven behind your back to try to bring you down. And it didn't work out as planned. It actually backfired hardcore. Anything else with the Magician? Ooh, shit. We got the Eight of Wands and the Four of Swords in the reverse. So, people found out what they were doing, and they didn't understand your spiritual team, and now they had it out. They had it out with your spiritual team. This is definitely a fuck around and find out kind of situation. And now they're all up in anxiety. They can't sleep because of what they did. Spirit's saying they know they need to come forward and repent. Because the only one to call off your spiritual team is you. If you want to call them off, then you can call them off. But I don't know. I don't see you doing that. And I don't see your spiritual team giving them any type of mercy, because the whole thing is this anxiety and the fact that they can't sleep, the fact that every time they close their eyes, they're haunted. And yeah. So this is how you're feeling untrapped. You're not trapped anymore. You're not in a haze anymore. You're not in this energy of uncertainty anymore, because they're being haunted, literally being haunted. And I'm also being told they don't want to practice magic anymore because of this. They're trying to go back to God. The Hanged Man? Yeah. That's what I thought. They were dead set on their perspective until your spiritual team got at them. I also sense that you have ties with Lilith too, as well. And this person, this magician, this voodoo priestess or whatever, she had a lot of ties with Lilith. And Lilith is not happy with her at all. Okay? She's actually quite disgusted. The fact that she didn't check her sources. The fact that she didn't, she didn't do any backstory. She didn't do any divination to find out the truth. Because had she did that, she would have found out that this person that was trying to get her to do shit was lying to her. Yeah, Five of Cups. Yeah. They felt betrayed by this person that sought her out to do this work. She feels very betrayed by this person, and now she's having to reevaluate how she does her work, and I think she's washing her hands with it. However, your spiritual team and whatever she called up to send to you is still coming to collect. There's no way to close the floodgates after they've opened. They have to it has to run their course, right? Yeah, because you're a true magician. You're not one to mess with. What's the Five of Pentacles? Knight of Swords. Tell me more. Ooh, the death. Somebody might have lost their life. Something to do with their accident with the chariot in the reverse. Oh, okay. So somebody's going to come in and let you know that they were wanting a death to your new beginning. They wanted you to miss out on your journey. They wanted you to miss out on this new new uh, new life. But you had angels watching over you, and your angels put it to rest. Temperance and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, they didn't realize who was rocking with you, and now you're building a new foundation with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. They tried to make you be left out in the cold. Yeah, that's the truth. Ace of Swords. The Hierophant. Nine of Cups. The Five of Swords. So your spiritual team has been fighting for you. They've been fighting against these rumors and the disrespect and bringing you wish fulfillment. What's the Two of Pentacles reversed? Oh, wow. So, if they did any type of divination, they found out about your destiny, they found out that your family sucks, you grew up in a very karmic family, and that you were exposing that. And Spirit's saying something along the lines of the fact that they can relate to that. So they're actually feeling bad now for bringing this imbalance to you because you've been dealing with enough that you didn't need to deal with this. And now they're feeling shameful. They might have actually had an ego death because of this. And now they're facing the imbalance and having to juggle. Yeah, you're an emperor. You're definitely a leader of sorts. And you've been exposing this karmic family, trying to ruin your destiny. I wouldn't be surprised if it was your family that tried to get this voodoo priestess to do this work on you. Little did they know of who they actually were messing with. Sounds like divine justice to me too. Yeah. Yeah, it's a rebirth for you. All this imbalance turned into a rebirth. What's this Nine of Cups? Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah. They tried to reverse your wish fulfillment. They tried to make you dependent when you're trying to find independence. They were trying to make you hate yourself all the same time you were trying to heal yourself and love yourself. So they were trying to undo all the work that you were doing for yourself to empower yourself in order to be your own complete version of you. They knew that you were on this self-love journey, and this is why they did what they did. Anything else with the Nine of Cups? No. Okay. Three of Pentacles. Eight of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. So everything that you were working with to collaborate with other people, they were trying to destroy it all. They were trying to bring it to an end. Anything you were planting in your garden, they wanted to wilt. Any opportunities that you had coming in, they wanted you to be just stagnant and not take them. They may have sent a whole bunch of offers your way, but they were all very, very toxic offers. Right? Anything to put weeds in your garden. The Ace of Swords and the Strength. Basically to lie and to create this new beginning to be nothing but deception. And to disempower you. Two of Swords and the Lovers. The Divine said no. The Divine said no, you're not gonna touch this one. The fact that you were alchemizing your heart space, the fact that you were healing your heart space, the fact that you hold an innocence, the fact that you've held a lot of pain and suffering for other people, the fact that you've made a decision to empower yourself, to balance out your masculine and feminine. You made a choice to love you. And like, you don't have a toxic bone in your body. You don't have a toxic thought in your head. Okay, you've always been about protection. You've always been about bringing about peace. You've never been really vindictive against anyone. You've always worked through compassion. So your spiritual team's like, no. This person is not vindictive. And whoever was lying to them about you was out here saying that you were vindictive, and it's very well could be that you were destroying them with the truth. Meanwhile, they were trying to destroy you with lies. So this is why their magic didn't work. And all these collaborations that they tried to collaborate against you with, it all fell apart and blew up in their face. It's because of that. They didn't have very good intentions. When you work with good intentions, you better believe the Divine's going to pull up for you. But if you're not working in good intentions, you best believe the Divine is going to stop it. It's not going to live. It's not going to survive. I'll tell you that right now. Welcome in, Amy. Yeah, Page of Cups. Now they want to come in with an apology. Yeah, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is... they've made a commitment to an apology, is what it is. And I think the spiritual team, their spiritual team and your spiritual team, is wanting them to come in and collaborate and to give you an apology. The Four of Cups and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, because they're not satisfied with what they were situated with. They feel betrayed. And the fact that they didn't get the upper hand, and the fact that they tried to get it to where you didn't get the upper hand, they're feeling shame. I'm really picking that up. They're feeling like unbelievable shame for trying to collaborate with very ill-will type of people. Again, they stand corrected. What's the Devil? The King of Swords. So this King of Swords could have been the one. They very well could be losing their life because they were inciting, quite possibly, with a voodoo priestess to come for you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, but this very well could just be a liar. Yeah, 7 of Wands. You defended yourself quite well. And now they're having to defend themselves against their offering. There's the devil on the bottom of the deck. They're being haunted because they lied about you. And it's all because you were finding your independence. And this is why they came for you. They didn't want you to find your independence. The Sun, reversed. This is really giving, like, throwing rocks and hiding their hands. Letting everybody else do their dirty work. So that way they stay out of the fray. Of the shrapnel. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles reverse. So whoever this was, they were definitely into chaos magic. They definitely collaborated with people they didn't know better. And they lied to them, thinking that they were going to get somewhere. Like this voodoo priestess, we'll just call her that, voodoo priestess. She's big on protection. She's big on helping, and the reason why she's got this association with Lilith is because Lilith helps the underdogs. They help the people that have been abused, that have been betrayed, that, you know, that have been lied to, that have been, you know, they've had some shit happen, right? And Lilith, she don't show no mercy for anybody that's doing bad shit to people. Okay? You either show up with transparency and honesty and truth, or don't show up at all. Don't waste her fucking time. And this voodoo priestess, having a very good connection with Lilith to start, going in with a whole bunch of lies and deception regarding you. Yeah, no. That didn't go down well. Yep, the Devil, the Star, and the 10 of Pentacles. So what they tried to do is they tried to take this whole ability of you creating a legacy for yourself. You're a starseed. And they tried to send the devil and turn you dark into a dark starseed. So that way you would not receive your spiritual inheritance. They could have gotten some sort of a message prior to that, looking into you, looking into your wheel of fortune, looking into your destiny. And what they found was, like, unbelievable. Like, the amount of benefits that were going to come in for you. And because you may have blocked these people out, they didn't want you to have it. They didn't feel like you deserved it. They wanted you suffering. They wanted you in a constant fight for your life. And this is why they tried to do this in behind the scenes. Throwing rocks and hiding their hands. Yeah, there was a Queen of Pentacles in reverse and involved in this too. Very selfish energy. They tried to make you out to be selfish, but you're not. You're very giving. You're very kind. You're very loving, compassionate. If anybody's going to shine the light on something, it would be you. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. They made it seem like you were collaborating against them when you weren't. Yeah. They were selfish and they were greedy and they were envious at the fact that you have this cup of love. You have this Ace of Cups coming in. Or you may have had this Ace of Cups coming in and they were jealous about it. The fact that you had somebody that loved you. So they made you into a sacrifice. Very, very selfish individual. Yeah, they totally misjudged you and your character and your ability to be successful. They totally misjudged your success and where it was coming from. This ain't your first rodeo, collective. And you're here to change things. You're not here to fucking be complacent and just be a pushover. And this is why your spiritual team is so strong. Because you're not one to mess with. You got a job to do, and the divine is on your side. Yep, Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords in reverse as well. So this Queen of Swords is definitely somebody that was nurturing lies and deception. There was a whole bunch of people involved. There was more than one. And the thing is you cut these people out of your life. And because you cut these people out of your life because you knew they were toxic, okay? This King of Pentacles in reverse, and the Queen of Swords in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse. Like, all these people were extremely toxic. And because you cut them out, they didn't like that. They felt entitled to your energy. You know, that's the one thing that people don't realize. When you start cutting people out of your life, there is going to be backlash. And you need to up your protection because of that. Because people are going to be obsessed with you, obsessed with your energy. Even the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. There's a King of Pentacles in reverse. There's a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. There's a Queen of Swords in reverse. And a King of Swords in reverse. We haven't even seen the King of Cups come out yet. So, but you defended yourself and your spiritual team defended you. So, between the both of you, between all of you, it's working out for you. Knight of Cups reversed. The Hermit reversed. Okay. Yeah, their bitterness was definitely a wake-up call. The Judgment and the Two of Swords. Yeah. Huge wake-up call, facing judgment about their decisions that they made. And now they're all trapped up. Very well could be sitting in spiritual jail because of their bitterness. And creating an injustice. And Page of Cups, no apology necessary. In the reverse. There's no apology that can be made that is going to rectify the situation. The thing is the floodgates are open. And they have no other choice but to deal with their aftermath. That's what Spirit's saying. The Justice in reverse. Ah, here's the King of Cups in reverse. I knew he was going to show up. I'm really having a feeling this King of Cups is the one that started all this shit to begin with. Yeah, the King of Cups is feeling rather trapped up at the moment. Yeah. The Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant reversed, Eight of Swords reversed, and the King of Cups reversed. They all want out. This Queen of Pentacles wants out. This Taurus, this dark Taurus, a dark Hierophant, dark spiritualist, they want out. There was a whole group of them coming at you. This King of Cups wants out. They don't want to have to face the accountability of what they've done. And it quite possibly could be death. I don't want to go out there on the limb and say that, but if they're out here doing death magic on you, sucks to be them, collective. Queen of Swords? Yeah, that's the truth. All because you're nurturing your truth and you're standing on it. That's the one thing that they can't fathom. The fact that you've always been good intentioned, and the fact that you cut these people out for your peace and they kept coming at you. You made that judgment call. You made the right judgment call. Cutting these people out of your life. But the fact that they tried to collaborate with other people because they were that fucking weak, that boggles my mind. They're weak individuals. Yeah, they tried to ruin and destabilize your foundation. Totally destabilize your commitment. You may have prayed for a particular person to come into your life and they just show up out of nowhere. And then because you ended up having this relationship, people were jealous. And so they tried to destroy you. Justice card reversed. Is there anything else with that one? Yeah, Two of Swords. They wanted you in a position where you weren't making any decision at all. They wanted you at a total stalemate. And they didn't want you healing. They wanted you to be in darkness. With the Star in the reverse, they didn't want you to have any type of hope. And they wanted to disempower you with the Strength card in reverse on the bottom of the deck. They tried to create a monster, and you ended up showing up like a warrior. Totally did not anticipate this at all. Yeah, now they're facing judgment for it. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, they wanted you to stop you in your tracks, collective. They wanted you looking unstable. They wanted you begging. And all to ruin your Ten of Pentacles. To ruin your legacy, to ruin your destiny. Yep. And you're through the worst of it. Things are going to calm down for you now. And even after that, they're still trying to create an imbalance. They're still trying to get you to juggle. Even after all of it. Yeah, it's all going to be revealed to you. Everything that's been done in the dark is coming to light. And whether it's being revealed to you through spiritual means or otherwise, you're going to find out. They have no other choice but to come in and repent with you. The challenge is, you pretty well blocked them all out. And your spirit team's saying no. Your spirit team is like, yeah, no. There's not going to be any repentance. You're going to sit with what you've done. The thing is, when you go forward with nothing but compassion for people and they play you, they play in your face, they smile in your face and they laugh behind your back, they mock you, they make you out to be a laughing stock of a joke. And it's all because you're genuine, and it's all because you stand you stand for justice, you stand for balance, and they're out here mocking you, making you look like a fool. No, that don't work well. Specifically when you've been guided by the divine to bring balance to the planet, that's part of your mission, and then you've got all these adversaries out here trying to diminish you, making you look like an absolute fool. No. You best believe your team is rocking with you. You best believe you're going to be protected, collective. Don't you worry. A lot of these people are having no other choice but to stand corrected about this whole situation. A lot of these people are having to deal with the bullshit that they're doing, and for good reason. They shouldn't have been getting involved. And if they were going to get involved, they should have looked into a backstory before they just took people's information for gospel, thinking that they could trust people. But some of these people were just paying for it, right? They were literally paying out money, and they went broke doing it, thinking that they could come for you. Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck. It's all coming to an end. And they're all facing judgment for it. All for coming for your independence. For you to be outright independent, to being able to survive on your own, to be able to have your own space, to be safe, to be able to provide for yourself. They didn't want this to happen. They wanted you to be totally dependent, so that way you were more able to be manipulated. But Spirit's like, no, no more. No more are you going to be manipulated. No more are you going to be swindled. No more are you going to be betrayed. We're done with that shit. Judgment. Yeah, King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is facing judgment for what they've done. Page of Swords, they can't spy on you anymore. They were probably spying on you. They got caught for spying on you. Five of Wands, causing you major conflict. I'm picking up on a Taurus with that one. Ah, okay. There's a Two of Cups. Somebody is obsessed with you. They wanted a Two of Cups with you. Seven of Pentacles and the Chariot. Oh. So they worked really, really hard at trying to bring your forward movement to an absolute halt. So if you ended up with some sort of car trouble, it could have been them. The Page of Pentacles in reverse, yeah. They wanted you begging. They wanted to be in a relationship with you, and they had nothing to offer you. If anything, they wanted to take from you and siphon from you too. Like you got pretty well one person from each suit, each lower arcana coming at you. There was a King of Pentacles, a King of Swords, a King of Cups, and a King of Wands. I think is the only one that didn't come out. Anything else with this judgment? The Hangman, yeah, they're all in for a wake-up call because they can't spy on you. And they know now that you don't want no relationship with them. They're having to deal with the bitterness of that. And everything that they came at you with, now they're feeling defenseless. They're feeling like a useless tool. This could be the Cancer, the King of Cups in reverse. They feel like an absolute useless tool now. Because they worked hard to bring you conflict, yet again. Anything else with the judgment? The Empress reverse. They tried to make you look like you were self-sabotaging. This was the whole idea of throwing rocks and hiding their hands. There was a whole fucking group of them. A group of haters. Page of Cups. Oh, now they're saying sorry. Yeah. Now they're saying sorry. They want to say sorry for what they've done. Sorry. You know The Craft, the movie The Craft, where Nancy's up in the room at the party. Sorry. Sorry. And she's like floating on her toes. I think it's like it's Spirit's kind of giving me that kind of situation where like Buddy's just about to fly out the fucking window. Yeah. Shit's about to get real for them. They're facing judgment for what they've done. Every single one of them. They want to throw death magic at you. They're going to experience it for themselves. Specifically for coming after somebody that's actually genuine. They're trying to make a good ripple in the world. And they're trying to stop it. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. The King of Swords. Yeah. The Star in the reverse. What about the King of Swords? Yeah, they have no hope, no apology. They're totally uninspired. They can't walk away from what they did. They're not willing to learn their lesson. But they see the truth now. Yeah, they see the injustice. The Nine of Pentacles. And okay, so they're siphoning off of you too. Trying to make themselves look good, but they're really not. Four of Swords in reverse. They can't even sleep. They're being haunted. Yeah, and they want to hear. They want to heal something with you. But they're not. They got nothing to give back. There's no reciprocation. It's all chaos. Eight of Wands. They've been stopped in their tracks. Something to do with their car. And there's a huge awakening regarding their vehicle. Their vehicle could have got repoed. You could be getting conversation from an authority figure about your vehicle. Something going on with your vehicle. It could have been that somebody went to fix your car because you could have like gave it up. Somebody went to fix your car for somebody else, right? And they missed some things, and this person got into an accident, and they found out that your car was tampered with. With a little bit of an investigation. So you could be getting information. This is going to make you livid. I think that's why the Emperor is in the reverse. This is going to make you livid. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, they didn't want you moving forward. They wanted you isolated. They didn't want you in solitude. That totally backfired because you found solitude in this isolation. And you found out the truth. You stood on the truth. You seen things for what they were through a huge awakening. You knew this person wasn't for you. The Two of Cups in reverse. You chose against this person. They tried to unbalance you. They tried to put you to rest. This could have been a hit, man. You're going to get information on this. Somebody really tried it. And because it didn't work, they went to other people. They tried to band together in a group to come at you. Yeah. And you walked away from all of it. Eight of Cups. You walked away from all of it. And they're all butthurt. And I'm really picking up, you're not walking away. We're not going to allow you to walk away from this. And they kept on you. They kept on you. Totally relentless. Totally relentless. What's the Hangman reverse? The Six of Wands, yeah. You had a huge wake-up call. Huge wake-up call. You had no other choice but to look at things from a different perspective. And you may have did a past life recall, right? You might have done a lot of memories, memory recall. And within these memory recalls, you found out a new perspective, a new way of looking at things. And everything was exposed to you, of their whole motive behind it. Like, this goes back years, decades, is what I'm being told. Yeah, to get you to miss out. They've been trying for decades. 3 decades is what I'm picking up on. For like 30 years. This goes back. Yep, 10 of Wands. Opening up old wounds and keeping you from moving forward. Stagnating you. Making you miss out because you're exposing it. Because you had a wake-up call, you had an epiphany, you had some sort of a new perspective. And by having this new perspective, you've seen it for the truth. You took off your rose-colored glasses. You removed the wool from your eyes. And you started exposing it. And this is why they wanted you to miss out on closing out these cycles. And finally moving forward. And they tried to stop you. But you stood on truth, collective. And there's definitely some sort of information coming in. There's definitely some sort of communication, some sort of something coming in regarding all of this. I'm picking up group chats. So there very well could have been a group chat created against you. And they're finding this out. You're going to be brought all the information in this group chat. 2 of Wands, reverse. To see how it coincides with your experience. Page of Cups, yeah. They weren't looking to apologize. They were looking to end you. They don't have any remorse for what they've done to you. So if they do come in with some sort of apologies, it's a fragment of illusion. Okay, they're not sorry for what they did. What's the 2 of Wands reverse? The Hermit, yeah. The Justice reversed and the 3 of Cups. So somebody was celebrating at the fact that they put you in a hermit mode. And this was apparently their injustice, that they thought that was so injustice to you. By keeping you moving forward. By not allowing you to move through this, this threshold. They thought by putting you in this hermit mode that you'd be isolated and that you would not have anything to live for and you would just off yourself. And they celebrated this. Yeah. They used dark magic against you. And they screwed with your vehicle. They screwed with your movement forward. Using dark magic. They celebrated this. The King of Swords in the reverse. They were very, very deceptive. And I'm picking up on a Gemini specifically. The King of Swords and the King of Cups reversed, they are at the helm of a lot of this. They are, Spirit's saying they are the ringleaders to all this bullshit going down. Yeah, but you You exposed this, that's for sure. They didn't want you having any success. They didn't want you having the Wheel of Fortune move in your favor. But you exposed it. You exposed it all. The Lovers reverse. This person come in like a soulmate and left like a demon. It was all glamour magic. Ace of Swords, it's the truth. Yeah. And they had a dark spiritualist in here too to help to keep you from having a new beginning. This dark Taurus, this King of Pentacles. They were part of this betrayal too. They may have had a King of Pentacles in reverse come in and be somewhat accommodating to you. But they were just as bad of an influence in this as all the other ones. And they made it out like they weren't, like they didn't have anything to do with them. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, they were working out a plan to basically sabotage you and pretty well, I don't even want to say what they were planning because it's not good for YouTube. And I'm trying to stay out of the shadow ban. So but it was disgusting, heinous shit that they were thinking up. And you literally got out by the nick of your pants. You took a leap of faith. Just as I'm saying this, the Fool comes out. You took a leap of faith. Yeah. Yeah. And by you taking this leap of faith, and the fact that you're giving back to people, created a huge tower for them. Because they tried to play it out like you were selfish, and you're very, very giving, you're very compassionate, and whatever they were saying to betray you, it wasn't matching up, right? And you're actually quite inspirational. You're led by your intuition, and because of this new movement in a new direction, it created a huge tower for them. They weren't anticipating the fact that you were, the fact that you'd actually make it. Yeah. So it's all coming to light. If you haven't figured it out yet, you're going to figure it out. It might piss you off, but it's ultimately setting you free. I wouldn't worry about it too much. A lot of this shit is all behind you. A lot of this group of people, whatever, it's been disbanded. A lot of these people, if they've either gotten sick and they're on their deathbed, they've lost their life, or they've been incarcerated, spiritually or otherwise. So they're all having a little bit of their own happen to them because of what they did, depending on their situation. 6 of Cups in reverse, so you're moving forward. What's the Lovers in reverse? The World and the Chariot. So the Lovers in reverse, because you chose against this, because you chose yourself instead of these other imbeciles, this cycle is officially closing out, and you are going to be moving forward. And usually the only one that drives this chariot is the Emperor. So you could very well be in Emperor mode. At this time, you could very well be transforming and transitioning into an Emperor. Somebody of a leadership, somebody of a guider. You're guiding people. You're definitely on your way, collective, so I wouldn't worry too much. Yeah, there's definitely injustice here. And Five of Cups. And the thing is with this injustice, you transmuted it. And what was meant to disempower you, empowered you instead. And that's what they can't get through their head. They can't figure it out. And you got a new love coming. You got new commitment. You've got new foundation that you're building. This is going to be a major celebratory event. The fact that you've overcome all of this. Yeah, you're moving forward. Yeah. And again, they're still going to try to collaborate against you. Some of these people are still collaborating against you. Their karma hasn't hit them yet. Yep. They're coming in to create conflict for you. But it's not going to end well for them. Eight of Swords. And the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is coming in to set you free from this. They're fighting some sort of conflict. So you could hear from an official soon. And you will get your new beginning. Yeah, Queen of Wands. Nine of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Swords. And the Four of Pentacles. So keep your cards close to your chest. Your new beginning is here. There's going to be some major clarity. And you just need to stand in the beauty that you are. You need to use your intuition. Embrace your integrity. Embrace your intention. And just continue moving forward little bits at a time. Okay? Because by you choosing yourself, by you stepping into your own energy and staying tight-knit with your own energy, this is helping bring in your manifestation. Okay? And I do believe the divine is going to bring you in this new love, so don't be going out looking for it. Like, you can go and maybe look for new people to hang with and talk to and whatnot, but you got new love coming in. Allow the divine to guide you in that. What's the Star? There's a King of Cups that's going to be facing death because of what they've done. They were the accumulative of all the death magic being sent at you. The Star. Oh, really? So there was a Taurus that come through that found out the truth. And they feel trapped because they committed to someone, the Gemini. And they found out the hard way that this Gemini was not for them. And they committed and they may have gotten married to this Gemini. And now they're stuck in this marriage. They can't get out of this marriage. Which is giving you that new beginning. So ultimately, greedy is what got the getter, is what I'm saying. So they wanted to come in all greedy to get what they wanted, and they got what they wanted, and now they can't move forward. This Gemini was very extremely deceptive. Had a very, very good demeanor, but come to find out they're evil as evil can be. And they didn't understand that. Until it was too late. Yep, Two of Pentacles. Things are going to balance out for you to move forward. Yeah. Nothing but lies and deception. They got what's coming to them. They're all getting what's coming to them for coming for you. They thought they were clever. But you stayed faithful to the divine, collective, and that's all you need to know. That's all you need to focus on. That's all you need to focus on. They tried to make you out to be a tyrant. They tried to create a monster, not realizing you're a starseed. Very, very strategic as to how they tried to do this. Throwing rocks and hiding their hands. Yeah, Three of Cups. They celebrated this. They celebrated the fact that they were bringing you conflict. The fact that they ruined your relationships. The fact that you were always constantly striving for more. Striving for better. And they know you deserve better than what they were throwing at you. They knew exactly what they were doing, is what I'm saying. Right? Trying to open up old wounds as you were moving forward. But you stood on truth. You stood for truth. You stood for, for justice. And that's what they didn't anticipate. You continued standing for justice. You continued to choose yourself. Like, I'm getting that they tried to throw a whole bunch of different people at you. Try to take advantage of you. Like, I'm really picking up trafficking. But trafficking in a covert kind of way. The Page of Pentacles on its side. Yeah, you weren't giving into the breadcrumbing. Somebody tried to love bomb you. They even tried getting somebody to love bomb you. This was a Queen of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. But you just kept moving forward. And you put an end to this. And you exposed as to why you put an end to this. And this was your justice. Yeah, they tried to make you into a monster and you became an emperor. Two of Pentacles in the world. Yeah. You're balancing all this shit out just fine. And this is what makes you an emperor. This is what gives you that energy of being an emperor, because you stood for loyalty to the divine, you stood for loyalty for justice and compassion. Okay? You stood on that. You didn't sway from that. Your story never changed. It stayed the same. Okay? You need to continue praising yourself for the fact that you stayed solid the whole time, despite how they tried to break you down. And yes, you are going to get a passionate new beginning, whether they like it or not. Yeah, Six of Cups. You're closing out cycles from the past. And they tried to create a situation where you're not committed to it. They thought that you weren't committed to justice. They thought that you were. They tried to throw your whole commitment to the divine away too. And tried to get you to overthink, to have you constantly thinking about the past. They tried to lay you to rest. The Two of Wands. Yeah. They didn't want you moving forward, collective, at all costs. But the more you move forward, a little bit at a time, the more they did to you. And it got to the point where the divine kicked in and said, no, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. Any weapon formed against them will not prosper. And I've got absolute goosebumps over my whole body right now. So they tried to make you into a monster and you became an emperor. And it's not about gaining the power for yourself. You brought the power back to the people. You inspire people to be their best version of themselves. And you support them in that way. And that's what they didn't anticipate. They tried to make you out to be selfish. They tried to make you out to be a tyrant. They tried to make you out to be somebody that's manipulative. That's dependent on other people. And you're very, very independent. You're very honorable. You're very loyal. And because you were a good friend to them, and they were an absolute idiot to you, now they're sitting with their guilt. Because you never did anything to them to ruin them. You've always been inspirational to them. You've always been there to hear them out. You've always been there to show compassion. And the fact that you cut them off and the fact that you're not there anymore for them, they're all butthurt at it because of it. But that's not your problem. They chose what they did. They knew exactly what they were doing. And they were envious of your stature. They were envious of your energy. They were envious of who you are and what you're becoming and your destiny. They all know that you have a big destiny ahead of you. And the fact that they're not invited to your table totally irks them. What's the Five of Wands reversed? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, people don't want to fight with you anymore. They want to reconcile. Now they want to collaborate all of a sudden. Isn't that funny? Page of Wands in reverse. They're just uninspired on how to come forward. Probably because they're blocked out. Yeah, because you ended things. Yeah, now they're juggling. They want to come in, but they're juggling way too much. They're juggling the karma that's ensuing into their life because of it, of all this shit. I'm also picking up that they want to come in to create imbalance in your life because of what they've done. It's haunting them. Right? So now they're trying to retaliate against the shit that they're karmically having to deal with. Right? They're thinking you're doing shit on them. Meanwhile, it's spitting back in their face. Everything they're throwing at you is spitting back in their face. It's like spitting in the wind. It always comes back to smack you. What's the Ten of Cups reversed? Something to do with your family. There's a Taurus, a dark spiritualist in your family. Everything that they worked so hard for is falling apart. Everything that they've done to come at you is falling apart. They're not getting the upper hand. They thought they were they thought that they were. They should have supported you in the first place. They tried to make like they weren't a sellout, but they ended up being a sellout. And now they're feeling guilty. Because now they're seeing now they're seeing the toxicity within the family. They have not a clue as to how they want to come forward, but they know they have to come forward with something. They want to bring in some sort of truth to you regarding this toxic family. Yeah, there's no apologies. You're not taking any apologies. You went totally cold with them. Probably for good reason, collective. Probably for good reason. Again, they're finding out the hard way that they should have listened. They should have heard you out, but they didn't. They didn't stick up for you. Ten of Cups reversed. Anything else with that one? Yeah, the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So they were nurturing the lies. And now they want to come in with some sort of compassion. Nine of Swords in reverse. They don't want to get trapped up. They see the truth now. And they want out of this tower. With the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. They got sucked into some sort of tower with this Queen of Pentacles, this Queen of Swords. They want out of it. They don't want nothing to do with it. This Queen of Pentacles is probably trying to suck them in. Knight of Pentacles, yeah, to keep you from moving forward. And the Ten of Cups. This Queen of Pentacles is like part of the toxicity of the family. Because of what they've chose to do. This Queen of Swords sees the truth. But she's still just as toxic. Because they were in on it too, behind the scenes. But they're done. They're done being a part of this fiasco. And they just don't know how to show up now. Because once you find out that they were betraying you behind the scenes, and this is after the whole bit, there's definitely some major toxicity here. Betrayal. Seven of Swords. To steal shit from you. Trying to make it like, oh, everything is fine, everything's good. Meanwhile, you got 9 swords in your back. Spirit saying, you're the only one. You're the only one out of your family line here to break those curses. Because they all fell for the darkness. They all sold themselves out for the darkness. You're the only one, collective. You're the only one that didn't sell yourself out. And they think that they have an opinion about you. They think that they can pull one over on you. They're going to end up with the fucking tombstone and you're going to be still sitting there. Having to bury them all. Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah. You got no spoons for this. All they did is try to manipulate you. Breadcrumb you. There was no balance in reciprocation at all. This Queen of Swords has been thinking and rehashing as to how they're coming forward, or moving on for that matter. And they're all trapped up in their head. They want to find a way to try to be reciprocal, but I don't think they even have the means to travel to do that at this point. The thing is you let go of all these toxic people, and they're butthurt at the fact that they can't tie into your energy anymore. Right? You're not there anymore. Like, pretty well they all wanted you dead in order to get all this money. Well, now you're still alive, but they're dead to you at this point, considering all the fucking shenanigans that they threw at you. And all this bullshit in the past of what was going on with you, it was instilled from your family. They had everything to do with your demise. They paid off ex-friends, they paid off ex-lovers, they paid off all these other people that were in your life. Created rumors and drama and bullshit behind the scenes so they would walk away from you. And then they blackmailed them in order to be part of it. There's a whole group of them. Totally misjudged your ability to stand on business and see things for the truth, for what it is. They wanted to make you a sacrifice, but they ran out of ways on how to do it, and the divine stepped in and said, no, you're not allowed to do this to my divine one. Not happening. Yeah, and now they can't walk away from their selfishness. They're being reprimanded. The truth is coming out. And they're not getting the upper hand. And they have nothing to give back. There's no reciprocity here. And this is why. Because they spent it all, right? There's no reciprocity here. They got nothing to give back. They wanted you broke as a joke, and now they're broke, and now you're going to be getting a whole bunch of prosperity and abundance coming in. And Spirit's saying, don't give them a dime. Don't give them a dime. Because they didn't want to give you a dime of your own money. And now they're all trapped up for it. They could be in some sort of a spiritual jail at this time, or they could very well be going to 3D jail because of it. All for trying to make you look unstable, so that way you wouldn't receive the money. This is how they were betraying you. And they created a whole bunch of chaos in your life in order to make you look unstable. To make you look the part. Only to come to find out that you're the most stable one out of the whole family. It's truly heartbreaking, collective. Truly heartbreaking. The fact that your own family was all a part of this. It's part of the worst part of re-alchemizing your own energy. It's the worst part, finding out your own family betrayed you. And you wonder why they all fell off. That's why. They couldn't live with themselves. They couldn't face you anymore. That's why they fell off. The proof is in the pudding with how they reacted to you. And the only time they actually had any type of compassion towards you is to basically get you on their side. So that way they could swindle the other person in the family. Because whoever you had love for, they received abundance, they received prosperity, they received some sort of form of something by you showing them love and compassion. It's because that's how your magic works. And once you started finding out the truth, you started pulling your energy back, and then everything went to shit. And once you found out they betrayed you, and once you cut them off, that was it. That was all. That was the end for them. And the reason why they're not popping all back up into your energy is because they're hanging on by a thread. You better believe it. Everything in their life is nothing but chaos. They should have treated you different. Yep. They're being stopped in their tracks. Coming for you. Even the devil said so. Let's just say the devil trembles when you wake up in the morning. What the hell is he going to do today? What the hell am I going to have to deal with today? What other backlash am I going to have to put to rest? That's what goes through his head. Wise old witch, what's the closing message for my collective? So you need to research into your roots, into your ancestral wisdom, and as well look within for some answers. Your inner visions hold profound insights. So you might need to do a past life regression, or just even this life regression, like go through all your memories of this lifetime, because it's going to make sense to you. Some of this may be rather difficult for you to deal with, but just know that finding out the truth about these difficulties and finding out the truth about the past in your ancestral line will help you find out, and it'll help you find serenity. But it's going to take some time to get through the shit in order to get out of the shit. Just know that these blocks that you haven't looked at yet are actually what is blocking your abundance from coming in. Okay? It could very well be a feeling of lack, the lack mentality of your bloodline. You haven't been enlightened to it yet. It's been a mystery. But somebody has been trying to eclipse you. So they're basically trying to emulate you. It's almost like a mimic. They're trying to eclipse you to make you look less important, to make them look important. There's a lot of jealousy and envious energy in this collective. By looking back and looking to your roots, though, it's going to show you where this is all stemming from. This could be something of a mother wound as well. A mother and father wound of some sort. But within that, there's definitely some sort of a blockage that you're going to release. And this is going to release your abundance. Yeah, it's definitely going to enlighten you. The overall eclipse, the last one that happened, very well could have been significant energetically towards you. Okay? But this is the whole reason why we're moving into a new earth. Right? There is a lot of evil running rampant. Yeah, cutting ties with family. Yeah. It's because you're stepping into your divine energy. Somebody wanted you to be a dirty little secret, and they were extremely toxic. But they can't gamble with your life anymore. They're not allowed. They've been blocked out. And now they're running in denial, trying to make excuses, wishing for a second chance. I'm picking up on a hitman, somebody that was actually supposed to kill you, but fell in love with you instead and let you go. Yeah. Now that you've slowed down, now that you're speaking out, now it's becoming a problem for them. And they should have did it while they had you trapped, but they didn't. And this is unforgivable. And I think they're getting trapped up in their own mess that they tried to create for you. So rest assured, collective, things are going to work out for you better than expected at this point. And they're all stressed out. They would rather you stressed out, but this whole idea that you're stagnant, that you're at a dead end, that you're stuck, that's coming to an end. That's being put to rest. And, you might not be feeling inspired right now or optimistic about the success that you've made. It's mainly because you've had to create boundaries due to the disrespect. Enough is enough. And you've had to defend yourself throughout this new beginning. Right? And by having to defend yourself constantly about the relentless resentment that they have towards you, cutting them out, like, it has not been an enjoyable new beginning. They've literally tried to make that impossible for you to enjoy your new beginning. Okay, but the divine is giving you their word that it's going to be a good new beginning. Your manifestations are about to be known to yourself and the world. Because your manifestations aren't about just you. Your manifestations include the world. So this is why it's so hard for these manifestations to come in, because you're thinking big. You're thinking like humanity's sake. You're thinking justice to humanity, which is very honorable, very loyal. And you will be provided for on this. Just know that. You will be gifted for your loyalty to the divine balance of things and for the world. Shit's about to get real good for you, collective. And there's been heinous, ugly people out here trying to keep that from happening. But just know, they're not invited to your table. Just know that what's about to happen, they will stand corrected, whether they are now or not. And everything that they did to come at you, to come against you, they're going to be sitting in shame because of it. On that note, I want to say thank you for joining me this evening for this beautiful message for a change. If it does resonate with you and you would like to donate to the channel, it's all greatly appreciated. I have a feeling I may jump back on here. I just want to end this video specifically, just because it was such a great video. And I may come back on if you guys want me to open up the table. I just don't want to open the table now with this particular reading. All right, I want to separate it. I want to keep it separated, so to speak. So if you want me to jump back on, throw some hearts in the chat. Let me know. Out of the 34 that is watching right now, if you want me to jump back on, I will. So throw some hearts in the chat if that's what you want. Otherwise, I will end out the evening and I'll be coming back tomorrow. And I'm okay now because I had my nap, so I'm good to go for quite a while. Anybody else? I want at least 15 people out of this chat. All right, I will jump back on. I'm going to load up Hipsy so that way I can do a Hipsy event. This will get you a 15% discount on a pre-order reading. So if you want to get a reading and you want a 15% discount, you will be notified if you are a Hipsy follower as to when that pre-order is set. Okay? It should be set within the next 15-20 minutes. And we'll go from there. Okay? I will be back on here within the next 15-20 minutes too as well. All right? So thank you for your patience. And yeah. Thanks for hanging out. And if you can't be good at it, be good to yourself so that way you can be good to others. And I'll catch you in the next video, which should be pretty soon. Ciao for now.